Hello, everybody. My name is Tank, and I am here with my legal representation, Paul Yokoyama, who has been a lawyer for 35 years, something like that.
Something like that, yes, sir.
So we're going to get down to some of the basic things that I talked about in yesterday's post. And Paul's going to give us some perspective from a legal standpoint, and he's going to talk about the legal structure that we have set up so that we can safely bring in funding. And we're working to make sure that that's in harmony with the Manna World Holding Trust. So yesterday I mentioned that you have some issues. Now, one of the things that's happening right now is you have the global currency reset is, everyone keeps thinking the global currency reset is going to come. So on Monday, the mercenaries who showed up to take care of Kim Possible up in the safe zone, they showed up and expected to get paid on Monday. Of course, they did not get paid because the Rothschilds no longer had the ability, the authority, the codes, the access, or the intelligence to bring in the money to fund anyone. So again, here we are in a very sticky situation. Now, the U.S. Treasury has informed Kim that the government will need $800 million to maintain their basic operations by this Friday. So that's tomorrow. Now, as of Tuesday, they had not given her a formal request to bring that money in part because Nancy Pelosi informed the government that the Rothschilds said that they are going to bring that $800 million in. Now, when they fail miserably, as they do every single time, what will happen is they will probably want to bring money in from the Manna World Holding Trust. My hope is that the best possible way to do that is for Kim to say she'll, of course, bring that money in because she doesn't want anyone suffering. But in the meantime, we have thousands of projects worldwide that are not getting funded, and I don't think any of that money should be brought in to the mainstream, to the government even, until those projects get funded. All of that money that goes out to all the projects worldwide would immediately jumpstart the economy, and it would put money in the hands of good people. So it's very important that when that happens, which I think we're right on the cusp of that taking place right now, that we bring the money in a way that is safe. We don't want to refuel our enemy, bring in money and then turn right around and spend it with them and give away the products. So Paul's here. He's going to talk about how we're going to do that. So Paul, explain the kind of basic structure, like how you see us bringing this money in safely and what you set up.
Okay, well, we had long conversations with Kim and also some business specialists who know a lot about taxes and trusts, and we came up with a structure that is using an unincorporated entity, which we call a guardian of Camelot, which is going to receive the money from the Manna World Holding Trust. And then we have set up a structure of irrevocable trusts underneath the guardian of Camelot, one of which will be the Create Change Irrevocable Trust. Each of the people that we're calling them project affiliates that will be funded will have to have an irrevocable trust underneath Create Change and the Guardian of Camelot. In this way, I can explain to you a little bit about why we're using an irrevocable trust. It's a common law trust. But the reason we're doing it is so that we can maintain control of where the funds are going to be going. You will own the funds if you're a project affiliate, as you're the owner of your basically the trustee of the irrevocable trust, but the money will leave the Guardian of Camelot, leave the Manna World Holding Trust, and will no longer be owned by them. And that's an important step for Kim. She has to get the money to the people. So that's one of the reasons why we set up the structure like this.
Right.
I did update my website. It's at pyokoyama.net, which has some tabs in there regarding this, explaining why we're doing it this way.
And I'll make sure to put that up there. Really, we've dedicated ourselves to getting this done. The point is to rejuvenate humanity, period. And it's very hard to do that and make sure that we're not compromised. So because of that, that's why I don't sell any products, and that's why we don't advertise and things of that nature, because I want people to get the truth, and I don't want to be influenced by any outside sources. So I do my best to give that to you. Now, I haven't talked to Thomas Williams about this yet, but we're going to make, if I understand correctly, we're going to make it available to all the people from Create Change, and also everyone from the People's Club, which is Thomas's group, and make it so that people can affordably set up the legal structure. And I'm going to work. I'm assuming, I'm hoping, this is something Thomas has talked about many times, about setting up a structure that is safe, right? So the structure that is safe here in this case is, this is an unincorporated, tax-exempt association. Now, the association has certain bylaws, right? So in other words, the people that receive the money will operate in accordance with natural law. They will operate in the best interest of humanity, the planet, and the individual human experience. Now, the reason why that's so important is because depending on who you are, if you believe, which is what's happening to us right now, this is what the cabal, mode of operations is they can justify, for example, say they decide, well, we don't like Jewish people. So they decide to drop a nuclear bomb on Israel. They could justify it as being in the best interest of humanity because now they got rid of all of these Jewish people. Now, that's what we want to avoid, is that kind of ignorance. So the reality is, every individual human being is a universe unto themselves, and we want to respect that, the beauty of that individual's contribution to the world. And every individual has that ability to contribute in that way. And for the people that want to contribute in that way, on a larger level, what has happened is that the trustee of the Manna World Holding Trust, for the first time in history, this fund of this magnitude is making those funds available to regular people. So traditionally, regular people couldn't have this kind of money. They couldn't go and really bring their dreams to life. And even if they did bring their dreams to life, the order, the cabal, the deep state, they would turn around and they would find a way to take it back.
The Manna World Holding Trust is a fraud. By author Chris Milowski, Trustee, National War Crimes Tribunal at the United States of America, published by The Reign of the Heavens Society Post on September 19, 2019. International public notice: there are some people going around the internet claiming to own all of the assets that back all of the central banks called the Manna World Holding Trust. They claim to use the word trust as a descriptive term when they say it is really the 12th banking jurisdiction and is its own country with its own country code, also known as the unknown country, but have yet to show anyone the country code or where it is listed. The first red flag is, why would a country that claims to hold all of the assets in the world need to be registered anywhere? Manna World Holding Trust, Bank for International Settlement Registration FMCA 77788877778888999. Who registered all of the assets in the world with the Manna World Holding Trust, and where did they get those assets? No chain of title. Then it claims this: the contract binding the trustees to the trust since 1949 expired in 2008, was renewed until 2013 and is now completely terminated. If the contract is terminated, then why are these people claiming to be able to fund anything? Some things stated are true, but highly doubt Kim Goguen is who she says she is, because there are sources that say the assets are in fact stolen from the Bedford Trust and Kim is in deep. We are being told that all Kim can do right now is move funds around in a circular but cannot withdraw anything, and is being watched like a hawk. In other words, no one can unlock anything based on their DNA. This same scam was proposed about 5 years ago with a superior DNA claim. Some things in this whole scenario are not making any sense, which usually means the company corporation is behind the whole scam. Kim is also claiming to be the fiduciary for the United States of America and the world. Kim sells delusions of grandeur to make people believe they are a part of something they are not and possess authority that does not exist. The best thing for people to do is run from the whole story, because none of what people are being told is true as far as the promises are concerned. In one part of this story, some low-level generals apparently think they can do what they are doing with immunity. However, on that level they have their own police force. Of course, the people watching and trying to stop the theft are being demonized by the thieves. That is nothing new. Yes, some people claiming to be a part of the deal have contacted the government of the United States of America, wherein the real American nationals know when someone is trying to set us up for a fall. You get used to it when it happens over and over for years. The government of the United States of America has been approached by the military at least 40 times in the last 9 years, and the mission is to delay what you are doing with promises of military backing. The goal is to get you to tell everyone you are working with the military with a promise of a whole lot of money and power, and when nothing happens, The goal is to discredit your word and you are stopped from doing what you are doing. The military gives you a false hope and sense of power and backing when it does not exist. When everything is said and done, the target is ruined and possibly set up for a crime that the military committed, and that usually happens when all else fails. Always keep records and spread those records all over the country to protect yourself. Here is a copy of what they are passing around. Link: no one has signed it. A generic name is given and me is not defined. There are a bunch of other errors in the writings that people would believe if they did not know better or knew what a legal document is supposed to look like. People are being scammed. For what reason? Who knows other than delay. However, we did receive an email from someone claiming they needed a $10,000 check to keep something going that made reference to this particular scheme, but who knows what is real coming out of the same people and organization all of the time. If you don't believe anything in this publication, maybe you will believe the people in Africa. Kimberly and Goguen is a fraud leader. Queen Pin, who intentionally deceives individuals and government officials by offering them grants, free gifted money from sovereign trust accounts. FMCA 77788877778889999, which is non-existent. Link: published by the Committee of the National Assembly for the Government of the United States of America. September 19, 2019. If you're a devoted Kim Goguen follower, ask yourself this question. When in your own timeline do you expect Kim Goguen to verify her numerous bold claims that she makes on United Network News? Please leave your comments. I would like to know your thoughts.